The former Prince of the UK, Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor, formerly known as Prince Andrew, has been arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office over his links to late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Newspapers reported that 6 unmarked police cars and around 8 plainclothes officers arrived at Wood Farm on the Sandringham estate in eastern England. The Thames Valley Police informed officers were examining allegations that Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor passed confidential government documents to the late sex offender. The claims are said to be linked to files recently released by the United States government. Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor, the second son of the late Queen Elizabeth II, has always denied any wrongdoing in connection with Epstein. He has previously said that he regrets his friendship with Epstein. However, he has not responded to requests for comments following the latest release of documents. At this stage, the Thames Valley Police has not issued any further immediate comment. But the big breaking story at this hour: former Prince of the UK, Andrew, arrested by the Thames Valley Police. We have our managing editor Kartikeya Sharma now joining us live on the broadcast for this big story that we're tracking. Kartikeya, this has been building for a very long time, especially in the aftermath of the suicide of one of the victims in this who had directly accused the former Prince Andrew. And this is certainly the beginning of the end as far as the proceeding against our former Prince Andrew is concerned.
Absolutely. When Cass Farmer was asked about this arrest, he said nobody is above the law. And this question was specifically in the context of the Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor. But he declined to say whether the former prince should volunteer himself to the UK police. But now the BBC is breaking that not only he has been arrested, but there are simultaneous raids that are being carried out in Berkshire and Norfolk by the Thames Valley Police. And as you just said, that the Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor were arrested at the Sandringham home. You know, Sandringham home is one portion of the larger palace that was leased out to him after he had to leave the bigger palace in the London. That's number one. The second, the statement was issued by Assistant Chief Constable Oliver Wright, and he said, following a thorough assessment, we have now opened an investigation into this allegation of misconduct in public office. He goes on to say it is important that we protect the integrity and objectivity of our investigation as we work with our partners to investigate the alleged offence. We understand the significant public interest in this case, and we will provide updates at all the appropriate times. So important thing is that I think it's an arrest of a royal. It's unprecedented in UK's history. But I think there was a pro-royal mood when Princess Diana was alive or post her demise. There's a very anti-royal mood in context of the Epstein Files and the link which Prince Andrew had with him. And I think the most damning issue was that he continued to have email exchanges with him even after his arrest, even after he being declared a public sex offender, because in America they maintain a list on a website. And if you are part of that list, your name and your photograph is there. It's like a warning to the people to stay away from that person. Despite that notification, he continued to have email exchanges and very intimate email exchanges with Jeffrey Epstein. I think that really did the damage. And more than that, there's a split within the family. I think it's now public knowledge that a lot of people don't want him to become a liability for the royalty in UK.
Right, clearly that is the reason why he was stripped of the title of prince in the first place. So Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor is going to be all alone. You can say that he's King Charles's brother who's been arrested, but Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor is all alone in this. And Kartikeya, the reason for which he's arrested takes it one notch above than the already pre-existing allegations. Not only was he deeply involved with a sex offender, a notified sex offender from America, he's also been giving out government documents of the UK to Jeffrey Epstein.
Absolutely. And there's one more, I would say, dimension to it. More than the King Charles, the pressure came from Prince William. The Prince William and Prince William's wife had taken a very strong position on this issue. And now even the Prime Minister of UK saying that no one is above the law. That's number two. And secondly, a very strong public opinion. You see, it's a big issue in the West. Even in India, it's a big issue. The Bill Gates did not he came here he traveled, but his address was given by some other person, because there's a lot of public sentiment. A union minister in this country had to give a number of interviews to explain his position on the emails that went out, when he was not a member of the parliament. Even Donald Trump, his TRPs are affected, his standing, his ratings are affected whenever there is an Epstein issue. So even the MAGA crowd is very, very, I would say, touchy or very, very sensitive about it. So Krishna, I would say this is a historic, unprecedented development that has taken place in UK, Krishna.
Fair enough. Karthika Sharma, managing editor there, joining us for the latest on that big story that we're tracking. Former Prince Andrew of the UK has been arrested by the Thames Valley Police.